If you find yourself overthinking or doubting your value in relationships, it's time to review how you talk to yourself. So the way that you think about yourself and the stories you tell yourself affect all of the relationships you build. If that's romantic or professional or friendship, it affects everything. So I want to talk about why self-talk matters so much in relationships. So the way that you speak to yourself, it determines what you tolerate. It determines what you tolerate from others. It determines how you set boundaries with other people. And it also determines how confidently you come across to others. Because if you give yourself negative self-talk, right? Like, I'm not good enough, they must be annoyed, they must think I'm boring, then it leads to anxiety and overthinking and all of these things that just come across in your body language and in your confidence. So it all starts with what you're thinking when you go into the situation in the first place. And I want to talk about like how to retrain your brain to think in this better way, where automatically your body just starts emitting that confidence automatically. So some real signs that self-talk is sabotaging your personal relationships is, you're constantly replaying conversations in your head, worrying about interactions, worrying that you said the wrong thing, and you struggle to trust people. Like, you struggle to trust maybe a partner or a friend, and you find it hard to communicate your needs to them because you're just overthinking. You're thinking that you're a burden, you're worrying about if you said the right thing, when reality, probably nothing's wrong. So how do you shift your self-talk to, I belong here, I'm bringing value, I'm bringing confidence, I'm bringing these things to the table in relationships and in friendships and in social interactions? And you have to obviously practice, right? You have to participate more, you have to speak up, you have to try and form these connections. But people naturally respond to your self-assuredness. Like, they respond to how your energy is coming across. And if you can train your brain to, maybe this sounds like complicated, right? But you can train your brain to be more confident, to think before you enter a scenario, this is who I am. If people are going to react in a negative way or be like rude and stuff, then it's on them. It's not on me, because I've already trained myself to come across in this certain way. Like, have you met those people who their body language is just so good? It just seems so natural. They seem so relaxed. They're super good at socializing. They're super good at having these conversations. It's because in their mind, it's so easy for them. In their mind, they're this person who is confident. They're this person who can talk to anyone, who can do silly things. Like, I've met people like that and I'm like, damn, it's impressive, because even for myself, I'm learning that. I'm learning these skills slowly. And it's really improving. But sometimes I meet people who just, it's so natural for them. They're usually older than me, which obviously helps, but it's something that, you can create with your mind, create with the beliefs that you hold in your mind about yourself, the stories that you tell yourself. But if you have these limiting beliefs, like I said before, I'm not interesting, I'm not worthy, I don't deserve respect, then you're going to be withdrawing in group settings, you're going to be settling for poorer treatment in relationships or with friends, you're going to be overthinking interactions, and these patterns shrink your confidence over time, and you get negative feedback from people because you're thinking like this, you're coming across like this to people, and then they're like, oh yeah, this guy is, this girl is not interesting, not confident, because you don't believe you are. But if you can flip the switch, give out the good energy, give out the good confidence, because you believe that, you're this person who you are, the person that you speak to, you're great friends with in every scenario instead of just with the great friends, then people are going to love you. Like, as long as you're not like a rude or obnoxious or a mean person, they're going to love you, but you have to just understand how to actually emit your true personality out into the open. Some of the steps you can take is you just need to notice when you're in these scenarios that you're telling yourself, these negative self-talk things, you're not good enough, or how did that interaction go? I think it went really bad. Catch yourself when you're thinking these things and swap these limiting beliefs out for, what could I have done better in that scenario? Was it this scenario like this because I didn't believe that could bring interesting conversation to the table? Things like that. If you kind of delude yourself into thinking like, I'm interesting, I have this stuff to say, your body language and everything will eventually catch up, because you'll keep practicing and you'll keep trying harder and harder, and eventually you'll see the result. It's proven, it's science. And spend time with friends who recognize your strengths, recognize these things that make your personality so great. Spend time with them because you get positive feedback, and then use that positive feedback to spread it into your relationships, to spread it into social interactions and anything else that you need to do. So if you need help creating a plan to skyrocket your confidence, to improve yourself in in social situations, and just create this plan in 3 months where you can basically completely transform your relationships, your social life, all of this stuff, then I can help with that. And I have a website, thepillars.life, so check that out if you'd like to. And yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully you got something of value in the video. I'll put up on the screen a video that YouTube thinks that you'll like. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.